This is Lugnut TV, and you're watching the Loose Lugnuts Bump and Run series. This is Brian Tribble, tonight joined by Bad Bob Wells. How are we doing tonight, Bob?
We're doing excellent. It's Friday night, home style short track racing, Brian, with these late model machines at Concord. The little tricky triangle. Should be an exciting night of racing here. Practice and qualifying are just wrapping up. Let's go to our national anthem, Brian, and celebrate freedom in America. All right, Brian, drivers have gotten into the machines and got them fired up on the grid. We'll be taking off here in just a moment for the first two pace laps here at Concord Motor Speedway. We have David Johnson on the pole in that 00 car. Starting to his outside, James Lehman. Michael Jeans back after a week off, starting third. Third track racer, Justin French, starting fourth. Starting fifth, the Georgia Flash, Nick Reynolds, making a return to Lugnuts actions after a short bit of time away. And in that four machine, starting sixth tonight, Wreckham, West Holland. Nels Clyde, the Las Vegas, Nevada driver, rolls off seventh tonight. Magic Shoes, Mark Jackson in that number 3 machine in eighth. The other Wesley Whitefield, starting ninth. And starting shotgun on the field tonight in that number 32 machine, Billy Wise. 150 laps tonight, full load of fuel, so there will be no need to take on fuel in these machines. Brian's going to come down to managing the machines, keeping them in good shape, and taking care of those tires. 150 laps is going to be a long ways to go.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. This should be a pretty good race, Bob.
And field beginning that second pace lap, the iRacing Mustang will be ducking off, this time by... What do you like, Brian?
I got my money on West Holland in the 4 car.
All right, that's a bold prediction.
Bold prediction, that's right.
Starting on that outside line in sixth position, I'm going to go with the other Colorado Springs driver, James Lehman, up in that Army machine there.
All right, looks like we're taking the green flag.
And down on the from the outside, Lehman takes that point as they rocket off in the turn 2 for the first time tonight.
And Dave Johnson holding down second spot. He was able to pick up a spot there.
Whoa, brushes the wall a little bit out of 3. That's a tough corner, Brian, that turn 3. Going into the corner, 14 degrees of banking, and the whole track just seems to fall away as it shallows off into 8 degrees of banking on that front straightaway. Got the wall a little bit with the 00 machine, but gets it again. Wow. I guess they feel like he did a good enough job the first time, by, so he went ahead and did it again. Hopefully he didn't take on too much damage in these early stages.
Yeah, that looks like almost significant contact, and now he's having a hard time even making the turn. He's so tight. So he's definitely got some aerodynamic consequences there.
And James Lehman using that to his advantage, pulling away. He's got about a 6-car length lead as they head off in the turn 3. David Johnson's got his hands full. Michael Jeans really putting the pressure on him. And we'll make a move for that. Johnson gets down, shuts the door. He had a look on the inside as they went through one that time by.
Yeah, they got a long way to go, Bob. I'm not sure now's the right time to be slamming the door on your competitors with 145 to go.
And James now takes a look and gets the inside through turn one. Johnson with a good bit of momentum out of one is able to at least stay side by side. They make a little
lots
bit
of contact.
James is around. The Georgia Flash gets caught up. 0-0 all in the wall in turn three. Caution out for the first time tonight as they were just coming by to complete lap 6.
All right, we're going to do an instant replay here. We're on board with the Georgia Flash. We'll rewind a little bit further. The 54 car of Nick Reynolds, as he watches that unfold in front of him, instead of slowing up and watching it unfold, he just goes ahead and tries to bulldoze his way through there, and it does not work out. Looks like the 0-0 came down a little bit, made some contact with the 08, turned him sideways into that wall, and before you know it, they're all collected.
Yes, tough break. It looks like it's definitely going to be a fast repair needed on that 54 machine. As he rolled away, the smoke was billowing into that machine. Michael Jeans, unfortunately, took a tow. He's going to probably lose a lap there, Brian.
Yeah, let's talk about that real quick. On this track, you were saying that the pace car makes such a fast lap that you really can't change 4 in one go.
No, you got to be right up there in the first couple of 3 spots. Otherwise, you may get pinned in the pits a lap down. Or at least doing 4 tires. You might be able to get away with 2. We do have Wesley Whitefield, Magic Shoes Mark Jackson also joining Johnson and Reeves on pit road.
Yeah, it looks like Jackson's going to be the first one off the pit road. He's got his repairs done. It looks like these guys are taking 4 tires. I got to tell you, the 0-0's on his left sides now. But the 54 rolls off pit road, and now here comes the 74. The 0-0's still there, and he's off. All right, he was able to get on and off pit road without losing a lap. Unlike Michael Jeans, who was still sitting on pit road.
Yes, so in Jeans, 3 laps down now. Tough break early on.
Yeah, it is. And that was, not really his doing. The 0-0 was holding him up a little bit, but he was being aggressive early on, and sometimes these things happen. We've all been there, right, Bob?
We sure have. I'm just as guilty as anybody. Just a quick recap of our top 5. James Lehman, Wreckham Holland, right up to 2nd, Brian. Might be a good pick. Nels Clyde up to 3rd. Justin French and Billy Wise from Shotgun on the Field has gotten up to 5th by staying out on this big shakeup there with the running order, with some guys pitting, a bunch of guys staying out. And Field is crossing over and getting into rows of 2 behind the iRacing Mustang, and they're going to be going back green here to start lap 12.
All right, you got the call, Bob.
Well, right. Let me get back on the leader here. Field is working their way out of turn 3. And they're off, Brian. Lehman, Wes Holland, side by side in the turn 1. Lehman with that preferred line will edge ahead of Wes as they work in turn 2. May notice tonight we're only saying turns 1, 2, and 3. This track only has 3 corners. It's a triangle.
Very unique. Very unique.
Very unique, very challenging, and very busy behind the wheel, Brian. Doing the low 16s, half mile of track, but 3 corners. Keeps these guys busy. We have a caution out. Didn't catch who was involved in that one. Looks like the 74 is actually crossing the line now with a little bit of damage on the right front. I want to maybe check that out, Brian. That might be our culprit there. Looks like we got the wall out of turn 3. We had a little action over in turn 2.
Yep, I'm watching the instant replay right now. Oh, lots of contact. The 74 was just the beginning of it. Let's see if we can do another replay.
Yeah, looks like he was a victim of it. Looks like might have been Mark Jackson and the 0-0 there. David Johnson kind of got tangled up.
So this would be the 2nd wreck for David Johnson. It looks like Niels Clyde missed the turn coming out of 3. I got to say the right thing. Yep, the 0-0 gets into the 3 and turns him sideways. And that's kind of what happened there. Then the 0-0 gets T-boned Flips it back on its roof, and he keeps on going. So,
rough time over there for those guys.
yeah, recall he already used his fast repair on that first go-around there. So he's on pit road now, getting things fixed the old-fashioned way.
Yes, this could be it for him tonight. And also got the 0-8 back on pit road again, too. And back live and up front, Lehman just riding around. Nice, clean car. Staying below the radar in that Army machine.
Yeah, kind of funny on that one. I thought maybe the yellow flag popped up on my screen. I thought that was just a little glitch. Because I didn't see anyone slow down, but sure enough, lots of action towards the back of the pack. Maybe this next restart we can ride along with Mark Jackson from the rear of the field.
And Mark Jackson was able to stay on the lead lap despite this pit stop. Lights are still on, so we got at least one lap before we go back to green. And well, we have a quick moment in the action. I just want to thank our sponsors, Brian. Over the Top Paints and Designs. Look your best on the track. Look over the top. It's an over-the-top paint job on that 81 machine, of course. Billy Wise and the Wise Guys. Don't listen to dumb music. Listen to the Wise Guys. Bowtie Apparel. Look your best with Bowtie Apparel. RaceGear.com. Might be an off week in NASCAR. Still plenty of news to keep up with. Check it out at RaceGear.com. Lights are off. And the iRacing Mustang skids off and out into pit road. Lehman, Wreckham, West Holland, your front row, Brian, as they come around to take green here. Lehman with a good jump. Reassumes the lead off into one. Wes briefly challenged for that second spot, but gets away cleanly as they rocket off into turn two. Lehman, Holland, your top two.
And Justin French got a real slick pass there in the 44 car for third position.
Yes, Justin French back to lug nuts racing. Spends a lot of time in dirt late models over in the what we like to call the real world, Brian, of racing.
Yeah, now I'm watching the 54. He's up to fourth spot. The 44 car is like that kid in school that no one really likes. He's getting bullied all over the place, but the 54 is up to fourth spot. Oh!
And the 54 gets turned as he tries to slam the door on that kid that nobody likes in school, as you call him, Nels Clyde, the Las Vegas driver. Guess he had enough of that and didn't cut him a break there. No significant damage to the 54, just hurt feelings. He gets back underway and rejoins the field as they work under caution, coming around to begin lap 23.
Yeah, watching the replay right now, we're on board with Niels Clyde, and the 54 got loose all by himself. That's what happened.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, all loose all by himself, abruptly slowed up, and the 44, even though he's on the binders, couldn't stop. And these things happen. But the 44 is on pit road, giving up fourth position.
As is the 54, making his way down the pit road for some service again. Tough going early. Tough track, though, Brian. I predicted that this would be giving these guys a fit.
Yeah. And kind of sad to see every time where you do the pit lane exit here. I see the 00 of David Johnson parked on pit road. His Oscar Mayer Wiener Chevrolet is, overcooked. Let's put it that way.
Yes, those hot dogs are burnt. But tough break too. Talk about from penthouse to poorhouse. Had the pole, I think, tonight. Didn't he, Brian? And he's now shown 9 laps down. David shown a lot of growth in his iRacing since coming back to sim racing here. Gosh, what is it? Some 4 or 5 months ago. Definitely really picked it up here. I've seen in the last month, but not a good night tonight.
But you know who this helps is Michael Jeans, who is again 3 laps down, but I think he's getting some work done on his car every time he comes down pit road here.
Yeah, not a lot of time to be on pit road, but you keep picking at it, getting these breaks with these cautions, you can definitely make some headway. And lights are back off on the Mustang. Hopefully we can keep the lights off on the Mustang for a while and get some laps in. Be completing 26 laps this time by as they head back to green. And Lehman and Rackham West Holland front row, and Lehman again gets a solid jump on the start.
And French to the inside of Holland. Unable to hold it down there, though. He got a little loose on the flat part, so he gives that spot right back.
Lucky to hang on to it. A lot of times that will really de-wedge the car and get you sideways.
And now I'm seeing Mark Jackson trying to go around the long way around on the outside.
Tough to do at any short track. But if there's a guy who can do it, the Magic Shoes Mark Jackson, that number 3 machine.
It's funny watching them do the slinky effect. Apparently you can drive it in a little harder than you have to. And maybe the faster way is an easier entry. Is that an accurate assessment, do you think?
I believe so. I'll tell you, the corner I fight with, Brian, here is turn 3. I just can't seem to get it. When you exit that corner, the track just falls away flat, and if you miss the mark, it's just like the car just want to washes right up into the wall. I played that one here. Probably not my strongest track. I've raced quite a few things though, modifieds, late models, super late models, some Legends cars. Done quite a few races here. Just still stuck here though.
I hear you, Bob. I'm watching the 74 of Wesley Whitfield put the moves on Billy Wise right now. Finally able to make that pass stick. And Wise is stuck on the outside. Looks like he might give up another spot to...
Yeah, Wise being challenged by Nels Clyde, the Las Vegas driver. Billy Wise in that Lugnut TV car still hanging strong on the outside as they work their way back into turn 3.
Yeah, important to note, Nels Clyde 1 lap down right now. So he doesn't really need to fight too much. He just needs to stay clean and not be the next caution.
Yep, but he doesn't want to lay over because pretty soon Lehman will be into the back of this pack. And he wants to maintain that lucky dog spot if that opportunity does arise to get back around.
Yeah, back up front, Bob. Lehman is being challenged.
We have some action. Just heard Lehman say he got loose. And West reels him right in like a tired fish on a fishing line. Just reeled him right in, back into 2 car lengths. Lehman had stretched that way out. But here comes that 4 car. As he does so often.
I'm riding on board the 4 car, watching the 81 of Lehman really kick out that back end. So he's loose and getting looser, it looks like, Bob.
Yeah, interesting too, because a lot of guys, we had a lot of feedback as the car's being too tight, and interesting to see that the cars have gone the total opposite way. Lehman now 37 laps without a visit to pit road on those tires or anything. I bet he was expecting it to actually go to the tight side instead of the loose side.
Yeah, it looks like
he's... West working a slightly different entry in the 3 than Lehman. Seems to be working over there, but then Lehman seems to stretch it back out over in 1.
Looks like all the battles around the track have kind of settled down a little bit. I'm looking through the field right now, and seems to be single file, more or less. Of course, then you get back to the Nick Reynolds in the 54. He's got to be side by side with someone. But
well, that's Nick's style.
Yeah, 54 able to complete that pass on Billy Wise.
Yes, working his way around the Lugnut machine. Billy not giving up though. Billy, of course, one of the guys that paints for Over the Top Paints. That's his work there on the car. Did a fine job. And we got a car around hitting in the 3. It looked like Wesley Whitefield loses it in that tricky turn 2. Gets it righted. And we stay green. He's going to have the leader right on his heels.
I'm doing an instant replay right now, the 74. Not sure what turn this is, but he crossed the start-finish line. And going into 1...
Whoa, Flirts with disaster again as you're watching that replay. He flipped the apron coming through turn 2 again and had the car sideways right in front of James Lehman, some 8 car lengths back and coming fast.
All right, back in live action here. And we're still with Lehman.
And Lehman has put about another car length on West there. But now he's going to have to deal with the lap traffic. Wesley Whitefield, good sportsman there, moves right up to the high line through turns 1 and yields to the top 2 as they come by now to complete 43 laps.
So let's come about Wes Whitfield, the first car 1 lap down in 7th position. And
exactly what Nils Clyde wanted to see, because if the caution comes out now, he's not in that lucky dog spot.
That's right. And these laps are really clicking off. We're now 45 laps into 150.
Yes, my math tells me it's roughly 1/3 in, Brian. And just think, these guys that have not pitted, Brian, they're still going to have to go just over 100 laps on these tires if they intend on not pitting tonight. Definitely still early in the stages here. The guys got to manage the equipment, manage those tires. The guys that do that the best could appear to the front later on.
Yeah, but up front we still got James Lehman in the 81 car holding it down. Oh, he's loose. He's loose. He's fishtailing and he's crashing. 81
the
around.
leader has spun and I didn't see if he got into the wall there too hard. I'm pretty sure you get it on the replay, Brian. He was backed up against the wall, but I'm not sure if he actually hit it very hard.
All right, so instant replay here is the 81. He's taking the start finish right there as he goes into 1. He's able to handle that okay. As he goes down the 2, he touches that inside apron and starts to do a little tank slapper, spins it around. Close call with the 4 car. I don't think the 4 got any damage there, but that was pretty close.
Well, yeah, that was very exciting for the 4 car. It didn't look like on my screen he got much damage, and it doesn't look like Lehman had much damage too. Very similar to what happened to Wesley Whitefield. He clipping that apron through turn 2, and that's what got the 74 turned around a few laps ago.
Yeah,
Back to live action. Lehman will opt to pit, and it looks like Wreckham West Holland does stay out. Yes, while these guys work caution laps, we'll be right back. Lugnut TV.
From Pasco County, this is Wise Guys.
And welcome back to Lugnut TV. You're watching the Bump and Run Late Model Series here live at Concord Motor Speedway. Lights have just went off on the iRacing Mustang. We'll be getting ready to go back to Green Flag Racing, this time by Wreckham West Holland. Justin French, your front row as they get back into action here.
Yeah, I got the top 5, Holland, French, Reynolds, Wise, and Whitfield. Billy Wise all the way up to 4th position. Right out of that concert, he hopped in this race car, and here he is in 4th spot, having a great run.
Yeah, good start for Billy here. And they're away, and West Holland motors off into the lead as they head off in the turn one. Justin French in second, getting a lot of pressure from the Georgia Flash, who gets really loose out of turn one there, Brian.
Was he able to save it? I couldn't tell.
It looked like he did get the car righted and back underway.
Okay.
We stay green, however. West Holland now stretches it out 6 car lengths on his good friend, the dirt track racer, Justin French. I'm pretty sure Justin's looking to get into action tomorrow night, Lugnuts Racing, on the dirt.
And now he's in that precarious position of not being necessarily the fastest guy out there, so it looks like he's holding up Billy Wise in the 32 machine just a little bit. And we've seen what happens when you're holding guys up.
Yes, Billy might put the music to him and see if he can get that second spot here real quick.
The old chrome horn.
Yes, hopefully he's gentle and he uses the Teddy Christopher 3-bump rule, gives him a couple of warnings before he gets to the third one.
Yeah, I tell you what, let's go on board live with the 32 Billy Wise. Watch him do his worst for a few laps here.
And Wise and French work to the inside, and Nels Clyde not on the lead lap, giving these guys room that are on the lead lap to race. What a good guy. And we're on lap 60, Brian, already. You go by quick here.
They certainly do. We're still on board with the 32. Looks like 2 out of the 3 turns he's equal or slower, and then he's got that one turn where he's just so much faster getting in than Justin French.
Well, better look in his mirror, though. Well, caution is out on the speedway again. I was just going to say that 08 was right there on the 32's bumper, putting some pressure on.
Do you know who that caution came out with?
I did not see. And field forming up behind the pace car at a turn 2. And checking on the 54, he's got some damage on the right side and is a lap down. Not sure if he was involved in the wreck. Small turnout tonight, Ryan. 6 cars left on the lead lap. Looks like Nils Clyde is going to get one of his laps back here as he works his way around with the lucky dog.
And if that's true, that means Nick Reynolds brought out that caution, I think.
Yes.
All right. Well, unfortunately, I was unable to find the wreck with the 54, but we're gonna guess that's what happened.
Oh, there it is. I'm watching it on rewound on my screen here, folks. Sorry we don't have the replay for you, but looks like the Georgia Flash just loses it through turn 3, gets loose in and loops the car and nudges the inside wall a little bit.
That'll do it. So 64 laps in out of 150. It is going by pretty quick.
And we do have Mark Jackson and Nick Reynolds on pit road this time. And both drivers able to escape the pits before the pace car gets back around. Currently out front, Breckham West Holland in that number 4 machine. Justin French. Billy Wise in the Lugnut TV car, right in third. James Lehman, been an up and down night there in the number 81 Army machine, but currently sits fourth. Wesley Whitefield, another guy that's had an up and down night, Brian, in fifth. And Magic Shoes Mark Jackson will be the last car on the lead lap. Currently 2 cars, 1 lap down. Nels Right Turn Clyde in that number 44 machine, and the Georgia Flash Nick Reynolds. And Mitchell Reeves trapped 3 laps down currently.
That's Mike.
And we have David Johnson. I know. I said the wrong guy.
Yeah, so it goes. Michael Jeans.
Michael Jeans. Mitchell Reeves, of course, off drag racing this weekend. Wish him the best of luck and hope he does well. David Johnson still off track, selling hot dogs. Hopefully the sales are good to pay for some of the damage on that late model machine.
All right.
Pace car's off, and we're going back green, Brian.
All right, you got the mic, buddy.
And we have Wes Holland, Justin French, and again, Wes showing that real-world dirt track racer how to get it done on a restart. Get some sleep in and pulls out to one car length as they work their way for two. Justin French under a lot of pressure, looking in his mirror. He's got Lehman and Wise all over him. Yeah. Lehman Wise side by side at a turn 3. Wise with the preferred line, but Lehman gets into Justin French going into one, and cars are around. Man, caution is back out. We'll have to look at that from the 81. Sounds like on Race Chat. Yeah, felt like a little disagreement on what happened there between Justin and Lehman.
Sure, we're watching the instant replay right now. We're doing the chase mode of the 018 of Justin French, and you can see he's going to get a little taparoo from James Lehman. And then if that wasn't enough, he gave him a cross right across the nose to finish the job off. And unfortunately, Billy Wise gets caught up in that too. We're going to go on board with him.
The innocent bystander, Billy Wise, and all that.
So we are on board with Billy Wise, and he's going to watch this all unfold. Here's the 018. All right, you see Lehman coming around his outside, and Lehman slinking into the inside. There's that contact. There's that left cross. Boom. And then Billy almost got the worst of all that, actually. Yikes.
Yeah, tough shot in the front end on that 32 machine. Tough break for Billy in that Lugnut TV car.
It is a good-looking paint job, though.
Yeah, smoke billowing out of the back of that machine. I hope he still has a faster here, Brian, because he certainly will need it. All right, we're going to step away for just a moment. We'll be right back. Lugnut TV with Bump and Run Series action. Firmed up. And back live. Had a little technical glitch there. North Koreans tried hacking Lugnut TV, and well, we straightened them little bastards out. While you were away, we did have some battling on track. Lehman and Wreckham West Holland did have some contact. This put Mark Jackson briefly up on the point. West Holland just working his way back to the lead now. Quick look at our top 5. Wreckham West Holland with the point. Magic Shoes Mark Jackson second. James Lehman in third. The other Wesley Whitefield, that is, fourth. And Nels Right Turn Clyde in fifth. Field is just past halfway, coming by to complete lap 81. And another thing to update, David Johnson, hot dog stand is now closed and the 00 machine is back on track. Definitely want to give kudos for that guy for sticking around and got some sales on the hot dogs, Brian, but he's back on track. Way to persevere and stick things out to finish the race. Never say die attitude.
Yep, I'm a little preoccupied, but I think we're back up and running. I got most of our graphics back. And we are watching West Holland currently in first position with a about 2-second lead over Mark Jackson.
Yes, had a feeling we'd see that 3-car work his way to the top part of the field. Always talented and always puts on a show. And Field got a good little bit of separation here. Still, like I said, just 10 laps past the halfway mark. Got a ways to go. I don't think we've seen that 4-car on pit road, Brian.
Nope.
Hey, we do have a caution. Oh my, missed what happened there. And, well, you know, when the caution comes out, Brian, you look for Nick Reynolds, and, well, there he is, right in the middle of it. So 54 was involved in this one again. Not a good night for the Georgia Flash. We had quite a few guys tied up over here in turn 3.
Looks like you got a little help from Justin French.
Yeah, Justin, and they go into the corner there, and Justin gets together with him, and unfortunately, it looks like the 74 got tied up in that. Nels Clyde did a beautiful job squeaking through there. I don't even think he scratched the paint.
Yeah.
Just a little bump in the banging. Nobody going away with smoke streaming out of the back end. 54 car, can't tell what the new and old damage is on his machine. Definitely going to need a trip to the body shop with that one after this one.
Yep, it looks like he may have lost another lap.
Yeah, 54 will be working his way down pit road. Wes Holland does stay on the track. Like I said, I don't think I've seen him come into the pits. This looks like significant damage on the 54 when he was working his way into the pits there. It looked like the front toe might be out. Might be a little bit longer stay.
Yeah, that very well could be. I was watching the best I could in that replay. It didn't look like too hard a contact, but it was Justin French who really put the bumper to him, and it was almost as if Reynolds had to really lift off the gas in order to save it, and that's when the 018 just kind of finished him off. Yeah, so Niels Clyde, not the best start of the race, but look at him. He's back there and
back to second. And, earlier in the race, Brian, he was I think he was 2 laps down at one point in this event. That shows the ups and downs in short track racing, how much they can change, especially with these opportunities of the yellow flag. These yellow flag, bad break for some guys, but been a good break tonight for Nels. Lehman still holding strong there in that 3rd position. I'm pretty sure we're going to see him back to the front here at some point.
Probably by turn 1. It's going to be my guess. Maybe turn 2.
Man, like I said, I have not seen the 4 machine on pit road yet tonight. I don't know if you've noticed them, Pip, but I sure hasn't. I know the 3 car is taking some tires at one point. I know Nels has been there, and I'm pretty sure I've seen Lehman there.
Yep, unfortunately, when I had to reboot all my stuff, I lost the data. So since we've been back, Holland hasn't pitted. But here we go. You got the ball.
All right, that iRacing Mustang works its way down to pit road. Clyde, right turn Clyde on the outside. Gets snookered by Breckin West Holland as he rockets away. And the other Colorado Springs driver works his way to inside of Nels Clyde to turn 1. James Lehman now making a bid for that second spot and comes screaming up on that 4 car as they work into 3. That guy is coming. And right on Wes's bumper. There's going to be a pretty good battle down into 1 for that lead, Brian.
Yeah, you're not kidding about the bumper part. There's definitely a little bit of contact. And, you know, they're both flirting with that yellow line on the inside, too. It just takes a little bit to really loosen it up, and that's it.
Yeah, you carry a lot of speed through the turn 2 here at Concord Motor Speedway. Might feather it just a little bit around there, but really hauling the mail around the back portion of this speedway.
Yep, but I would just watch a little bit more bumping and running now, too.
And now we'll enter Magic Shoes Mark Jackson. Top 3 under a blanket here. Lap 85. 95, excuse me. This is a pretty good battle here. A little bit of a bump, just to let them know there. A little Ted Christopher 3 bump rule, and it looks like Wes has gotten 2 of those bumps, Brian. You know what the 3rd one is.
That right there.
There it is, the 3rd bump, the Ted Christopher 3 bump rule in full effect. The 4 cars around. Unfortunately, Lehman gets caught up a little bit, loses all his track position. Caution back out here, lap 96. I sure hope these guys don't run into each other in the coffee shop tomorrow morning in Colorado Springs, because they might have a few different opinions as to what happened there, and probably share them right there in the parking lot.
Yeah, I'm thinking Wes might be just waiting for him outside his house.
And the Ford machine does make its way down pit road. Fairly certain it's the first time we've seen him down there to get some fresh rubber on that machine. Good time to do it. 97 laps in, he'll just have to run basically the last third. He'll have some of the better tires out there for. And you're watching Lugnut TV, Bump and Run Series action. We'll be right back.
They sure work hard, don't they, Barney?
Yeah? I hate to see them work so hard.
Yeah, me too. Let's go around back where we can't see them.
Gee, we ought to do something, Fred.
Okay? How's about taking a nap?
Hey, I got a better idea. Let's take a Winston break.
That's it! Winston is the one filter cigarette that delivers flavor 20 times a pack. Winston's got that filter blend.
Yeah, Fred. Filter blend makes the big taste difference, and only Winston has it up front where it counts. Here, ahead of the pure white filter. Winston packs rich tobaccos specially selected and specially processed for good flavor in filter smoking.
Yeah, Barney, Winston tastes good, like a cigarette should.
The Flintstones has been brought to you by Winston, America's best-selling, best-tasting filter cigarette.
Winston tastes good like a cigarette should.
And welcome back to Lugnut TV. You're watching our Friday night series, Bump and Run Late Models, Concord Motor Speedway is where we're at tonight. Lights just went off on the iRacing Mustang. Field will be forming up to get back under green flag racing. Quick update on the Georgia Flash. Nick Reynolds has packed it up, headed back to Georgia. Not his best night. We got Lehman, Mark Jackson leading the field down to green.
Almost looks like a 6-car sprint here for the race win with 50 laps to go.
Yes. Lehman rockets off into the 14 degrees of bank in turn one, ahead of Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson, again, another guy, I think caught up in a little bit of this and that, but for the most part, below the radar tonight. Ready to pounce at any moment, though.
Just going to keep on going through the field. That's all right.
Yeah, we'll check it out. Here we got Nels Clyde, the Las Vegas driver, currently running third. And Billy Wise back up on that lead lap in that number 32 Lugnut car, running fourth. Back on Wes Holland after that most recent on-track incident in fifth. He did pit and put new tires on. Let's see what he can do. Justin French in sixth. Wesley Whitefield, seventh. We have Michael Jeans, not Mitchell Reeves.
Michael Jeans.
In eighth.
Three laps down, Michael Jeans is.
Yes, 3 laps down. And Nick Reynolds, now 16 laps down, has packed it up, headed back to Georgia. And I believe David Johnson is back on track, 40 laps down. Ryan, that's sticking it out, fixing the car, and get back on track. We'll at least get him that one spot back here in just about 30 some odd laps. So
let's hope he can make them.
Car a little bit beat up, but still hanging in there. And back up front to live action, we have Magic Shoes right there within striking position on Lehman as they work through turn 2.
Yeah, he has been able to close that gap a little bit down, less than 0.3 of a second at this point. Oh, caution.
Oh, another caution. I heard somebody skidding away. We got David Johnson talking on the chat. He was around, it looks like, over in turn 3. It looks like you jinxed him, Brian, saying if he can make those laps, and just moments later, he's over there backwards into 3. Backing that up just a little bit on my screen. Looks like he may have had some help from the 08.
Yeah, it looks like
Wow.
the 08 just snuck in behind him and underneath him a little bit and caught him off guard.
Yeah, caught him off guard, it looks like. A little damage for Justin French as he works his way by the melee in turn 3.
Well, he
Didn't
didn't
see...
he didn't lose another lap, so that's good.
Yes. And comes back and hits the line for another one made, so...
That's all that matters at this point.
Man, picking the action up on pit road. I got the 81 and 3 down on pit road, Brian. And we'll take a look at that action and see what those guys do.
Yes or
3
no?
car. Right side was up on the 3 car.
Now, why do you think the 81
And
was
left
pitting?
side going up. Do what?
Why do you think the 81's pitting at this point?
Tires.
Maybe they saw how much time Wes was putting down faster. So
Yeah.
that's
And
gonna
looks like both guys are down and away. 4 tires on those machines.
put Wes Holland back in second spot, so he'll be restarting on the outside of the front row. We'll see. That should be an exciting restart, I think.
That should be pretty good. Looking at Nels Glide, a little bit of damage, a little bit of wear on that 44 machine. We'll just call that average short track wear. And he will have one of the masters in the business, Wreckham Wes Holland, to his outside. And Nels will be at a disadvantage. He'll have the preferred line, Brian, but older tires and he's got a bit of an umbrella on the right front there with that right front fender. Aerodynamics are not that crucial at this size of a track, but still play a role. Lights are off on the iRacing Mustang, Brian. We're getting ready to get after it here. And we got Clyde Holland, your front row, as they work their way into 3, looking for the start.
Good restart for the 44.
Yeah, great job by Nels Clyde to get the jump on Wreckham Wes Holland. But here comes that 4 car strong out of turn 1. Gets the run down the back. Nels, though, holding on strong. Billy Wise actually taking a peek to the inside of the 4 car through 3, but nothing there. And you got Clyde Holland and Wise top 3 as they head off in the turn 2. And there's Holland all over the 4. The 4 and the 44. 44 goes up the track out of 3. Holland down on the inside through 1. But Nels with a bold move on the outside. And they're side by side around 2 and into 3. Nels, unfortunately, has to give that spot up. Wreckham Wes Holland reassuming the lead here. Lap 117. And now Magic Shoes Mark Jackson all over that 44. Worked his way around Wise while that battle for the lead was going on. Slight contact with the 44 through 3 and more contact on the front stretch. The 44's around, the 3's around. Oh, we have another caution out. Down in turn 1, Brian. Looked like Mark Jackson may have gotten some significant damage with that outside wall.
Yep, we're doing the follow-on now, the 3 and the instant replay. And you can watch him do a couple of bumps on the 44, and once the 44 gets loose, the 3, instead of staying off him, he just gets right back on him, and the 44 spins and really just he lets it spin out directly into the 3. I think I would do the same thing if someone got into me twice in one lap and they spun me out. I would just not hold the brake necessarily and just kind of let it spin out back into them.
Yeah, the 3 backing into the wall, damage down the whole driver's side of that machine. Mel's not a whole lot of control, basically, since the first couple of bumps through turn 3, and he was just, elbows up and hanging on and praying for dear life down the front straightaway. And everything all came to a crashing end in turn 1 for those guys.
Nels doesn't look much worse for the wear. He's back there. He's gonna be in 6th spot. I got him a lap down again. Is that correct?
I'm showing him lap down currently as well. Tough break. Not sure if he went right to pit road there and got pinned in or something. But 5 cars on the lead lap. Been a rough night here at Concord. As expected, it is a half mile, Brian, but it really races like a little 1/3 mile with the 3 corners and the short straightaways. You spend a lot of time in the corner, a lot of close racing. Guys sure look like they're having a good time out there, that's for sure.
What's the morale like on the radio?
Well, I have it muted. I've turned it on every now and then. Guys have been apologizing. I haven't heard any yelling and screaming, meet me in the parking lot after the race kind of stuff. But these guys know. These guys, they race together a lot, Brian, and they know the deal. It's all in good fun, and it's short track racing. And sometimes, sometimes you're the baseball, and sometimes you're the bat. I think is what was once said.
Yeah, I like the bug in the window reference, but that works too.
But these guys know that, it's all racing and nobody, I haven't really seen anything where somebody's just went in and intentionally done it. It's just been tight racing. And lights are off. Speaking of tight racing, lights are off on that iRacing Mustang. Sure would like to have the truck that we have in dirt racing instead of that damn Ford, Brian, but that's what we got to work with. Got Billy Wise, Breckham West Hall in the front row. Going to be leading him back to green here to begin lap 124, Brian. I'd like to say it's getting to be go time. West, wow, he caught the whole field sleeping. Have to get some Monster Energy out for these boys when Wes is out front. Stretches that lead out. Lehman all over that 32 machine in the turn 3, though, as we have a battle for that 2nd spot.
Yeah, the 81's putting it where it may not belong. He's way low underneath the yellow line, and he's able to get around Wise there.
Yeah, Wise trying to get that challenge back on. Locks him up in the 3, a little puff of smoke, but gets back after it down the front stretch. I tell you, Billy has been up on that Simability wheel tonight. Just a quick update. Majesty's Mark Jackson looks like he's done for the night. Loaded that 3 machine and headed out of town. That's a tough break, Brian.
Yep, and then there were 7.
And we have Wes Holland, James Lehman, Billy Wise, your top 3 currently as they come by to complete lap 127. And just kind of looking through the field to see who's side by side. And just to follow up, David Johnson still on track. Hot dog stand still closed, Brian. He's still putting the laps in.
Time to make the hot dogs, I guess. Oh, wow. Okay. So what do we got? 31 to go? 30 to go? 20 to go.
Yes, 20 to go, Brian. The math gets done differently down there in the Keys, apparently. Billy Wise getting challenged by Justin French. He works his way around through turn 2. Moved Justin French up to, looks like the 3rd spot this time by, Brian.
Yep, nice pass. Justin French looks like he's going to be able to salvage a fairly good race here. And we'll see. He is, about 2 seconds behind Lehman, so he's got a lot of ground to make up there. And
yes, a lot of ground. West has sailed off to a nice lead as well. Not much challenge in that top 2 spots. Justin still has Billy Wise filling his mirror. Justin gets down way below that yellow line, and he hits the pit road there. I'm not sure why. That was interesting, Brian. Not sure why the 018 just hit pit road there. Hands back to 3rd spot, the 32 machine of Lucknut Racing's Billy Wise.
Yep, watching the instant replay right now. To see if we can see what happened to the 018.
He's in his pit stall, it looks like.
Oh, he just made a hard left and came down pit road.
And he's rejoining the action on track. Little bit bizarre there. Not sure what happened. I'm pretty sure that fuel load, full fuel load tonight was enough, so it couldn't have been fuel, Brian. And back up front, Wes Holland comes by to complete another lap. Near the end, not challenged very much. 1.9 second lead over James Lehman in second. Billy Wise, a huge deficit back into third. And we have Wesley Whitefield in the fourth position. Nels Clyde, fifth. Justin French falls one lap down with that odd pit stop into sixth. Michael Jeans in seventh, 3 laps down. And David Johnson, last car in the running order that's actually on track, in ninth. And he won't have enough time to actually bypass Mark Jackson in the running order, who's shown eighth.
Back up front with Wes Holland and his 2-second lead on James Lehman.
Yeah, not much to report on there. He's just got to put the laps in. Does bypass French in that 018. Puts him another lap now. Tomorrow night to Loose Lugnuts, we're going to have our dirt track racing action out, Brian. 7 p.m. Eldora Legends cars. 8 p.m. 360 sprints at Eldora for a preliminary heat style race. We'll be taking some of the guys for qualifying and then top 5 finishers from the 8 p.m. race on to the feature race at 9 p.m. with the 360 sprints. A lot of great action tomorrow night at Lugnut TV and Eldora Speedway for Loose Lugnuts Racing. Can't wait, Brian.
Yeah, it should be a fun time. I know I'm looking forward to getting in the car and maybe hanging out in the car for a little while.
Yes, I'll be up in the booth for the sprint cars, but looking forward to getting behind the wheel. Those little Legends cars, Brian, I don't know how much you raced them on the dirt, but those little bastards are fun out there.
Yes, they are. And hey, who was it that won the main event this past Saturday night?
Well, Brian,
we're playing softball, Bob. Come on, help me out here.
Yeah. Well, yeah. At a whopping average lap, I think it was of 40 miles an hour, Brian Tribble did somehow squeak the car to victory lane as the only one that did not run out of fuel. You can watch that race on demand, of course, at Lugnut TV.
That one's saved forever.
Cannot express what happened there.
Went right down to the National Archives to put that one up. That's for sure.
Yes. And Wes Holland coming by to begin lap 147, Brian. This one is almost in the books. We're kind of bullshitting about other things. Not a whole lot of balloting going on the track. These guys worn out some of the walls, worn out some of the equipment, worn out some of the pit crew. Popsicle sticks up this time by 2 to go. Wes Holland stretching that lead out of James Lehman to 2.7 seconds. I don't want to say he's got this in the bag before the checker flag is out, but I think he's got this in the bag, Brian.
All right, well, that sounds good. Yeah, I can't foresee him making any mistakes at this point. So I think he's got this one wrapped up.
And this will be wow, somebody just crashed out of 3 and had it towed right away. Saw the puff of smoke. Oh, must have been the 74 car. He's down on the inside. We stay green, however. This will be a second night in a row for Wes. Last night, Brian, you had the broadcast, the Truck Series. Thursday night trucks. Lugnuts runs trucks every Thursday night. And Wes Holland brought home the win in his freaky fast Chevrolet there.
And he brings it home right now with the win.
Yes, 2 in a row for Wes. Nice job. And coming home third, Awesome job by Billy. I'm pretty pumped for him, buddy. And we're gonna get these guys down to Loose Lugnuts Victory Lane and get some interviews and final thoughts from the night.
All right, tell you what, we're going to take a quick break as you set them up, all right?
That sounds like a plan, Stan. All right, welcome back. And we're going to head off to Lugnut Victory Lane ceremonies. Got our top three assembled here. Billy Wise has joined us.
Welcome up to the booth here, Billy.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your top 3 finish. That's awesome. This is, I think, the best finish I've seen you have all season.
Yeah, absolutely. This is my first podium finish in the Friday night series. Couldn't be happier.
Sweet. So how'd you do it? What's your trick?
Oh, man, I just tried to stay out of all the messes. I got involved in one about halfway through. Had to use my repair, but after that, it wasn't too bad. I was just tried to stay clean.
Yes, it was definitely a lot of action on the track there with the messes. At one point, we were actually calling on the pace car driver to go out there and put it in the fence because he was the only one that didn't hit anything. But anybody you want to thank? I know you've got some sponsors on the car there, and I know you're involved with Simability. Simability. Did I say that right?
Yeah, Simability. They make sim racing adaptive controls, and all the series sponsors, and everybody out there on YouTube.
All right, Billy, thanks for joining us, and congratulations on your third place finish.
Yes, awesome job tonight, Billy. We'll see you tomorrow night on Dirt.
Looking forward.
And got our second place runner, James Lehman, joining us in the booth.
How's it going, Bob?
Hey, James. Brian Turtle up here. How do you think your race went tonight?
It went all right. It was pretty good.
Pretty good. All right.
And
what kind of battle did you have with Wes there towards the end?
Really, it was not too much a battle. He had 4 tires. I had 2, and I had to beat up race car, so it was kind of hard to come back to the field.
Yeah, we got to ask. We saw some contact there. Well, we saw a lot of contact tonight, but we saw a little contact between you and Wes. You guys both from Colorado Springs. Just gonna wonder how that meeting at the coffee shop might go if you guys run into each other tomorrow morning.
Yeah, with like 50 to go, I was just trying to run behind him and not trying to take him out, and I don't know. It was just weird. I didn't get contact until he was sideways, and I was just like, what the hell, man? I was like, not trying to touch him at all. I was just trying to wait for him to mess up or get him coming off a corner, and it just didn't really work in my favor.
Oh. So it might have been a bit of net code.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no harm, no foul. All right, man. You got anyone you want to thank while you're up here?
Shout out to Loose Lugnuts Racing and Loose Lugnuts TV. You guys always put on great shows every week, and can't wait until Richmond next week.
All right, we'll see you there, man.
Well, all right. And of course, now we got 2 in a row this week for Wreckham Wes Hall and the number 4 machine. Wes,
how's it going?
Welcome to Loose Lugnuts Victory Lane. Once again, 2 in a row on the Friday Night Bump and Run series too.
Yeah, it was crazy out there, but somehow pulled it off and brought one.
And I thought Brian had something that he wanted to ask you.
The-
I think he wanted to ask, how do you do it, Wes?
yeah, well,
We seem to have you in Loose Lug Nuts Victory Lane time and time again. What is the secret? Is it something that you eat or drink, or what's going on, Wes?
Oh man, it's a strict diet and hitting the gym every day. No, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how I do it. I just come up in the right place at the right time at the end of these races.
so we saw some contact with you and Lehman there in the middle of the race. How'd that feel? How'd that go for you?
I mean, it didn't really bother me. It didn't even hurt the car. Didn't have to take the quick repair at all. So apparently he had Superman car there for a couple laps and decided he wanted the bottom more than I did. So other than that, it was a fun race, and dudes race real hard, and most of them raced me clean. So it was.
Yeah,
And talking with Lehman, he felt like actually it might have been netcode. He said he was right behind you, and the next thing you knew, you were sideways before he actually showed contact. So it might have been netcode that time.
Must get the damn hamsters are running around in his internet or.
Well, a fantastic recovery, Wes, and congratulations on the win. Do you have any final words for us this evening?
No, just thanks for you guys getting up there and broadcasting this and giving some people out there something to watch, and everybody showed up. All our sponsors, John for putting this on every week, and yeah.
And thoughts going in tomorrow night, Wes? We have a doubleheader at Eldora on the dirt.
Oh, I'm excited, man. I'm ready to get league racing on dirt, so should be a fun night, and should be a good.
Well, all right, folks. That's Reckham West Holland, a Colorado wonder, getting it done again tonight. Brian, we saw a lot of cautions. Definitely a lot of scraped paint tonight in the Bump and Run series. We'll run through the field there one time there before we head out. But West Holland, of course, our winner, James Lehman second, Billy Weiss third, who we just spoke to. Wesley Whitefield brings home that 74 in fourth. Nels Right Turn Clyde in fifth. Justin French, very talented. Look for a lot out of him tomorrow night on the dirt in sixth. Michael Jean seventh. Magic Shoes Mark Jackson finishes eighth rather. David Johnson with the rolling hot dog stand in ninth. And the Georgia Flash, who packed it up early, comes home 10th.
Yeah, Bob, I got to tell you, I think I'm a little happy that we didn't have more cars on the track tonight. Probably would have been more